Welcome, everyone, to the Rugby Obsession Deep Dive.
Great to be here.
Today, our mission, really, is to unpack the latest insights and preparations around one of rugby's biggest events coming up for British and Irish Lions' 2025 Tour of Australia.
Yeah, massive.
We've sifted through quite a few sources looking at the Wallabies' approach, and we're here to pull out the key bits of info for you.
It's such a historic rivalry. You can really feel the anticipation building already, can't you?
Absolutely. And hey, before we properly dive in, if you're as obsessed with rugby as we are, make sure you hit subscribe on Rugby Obsession. You won't want to miss any of the analysis leading up to this.
Definitely worth doing.
Okay, let's get into it. The Lions 2025 Tour. It's looming, isn't it? Series opener at Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane.
Always a great venue for a big game.
And one source really highlights this core challenge for the Wallabies. Basically, they don't know what to expect. Now, that seems like a huge hurdle right from the start.
It really is. And, it's more than just not knowing an opponent's specific tactics for, say, a regular Bledisloe match.
Right.
This unknown thing, it gets massively amplified against the Lions. Why? Because, well, it's the Lions. It's not just another test.
Yeah.
It's this unique beast that only comes around every 4 years, brings the best of Britain and Ireland together, and has that incredible traveling army of fans.
Yeah, sea of red.
Exactly. So the history, the whole atmosphere.
Huh?
It means the Wallabies can't just prep like it's business as usual. They're basically preparing for chaos, aren't they?
Preparing for chaos. I like that. It suggests they need more than just a game plan.
Yeah, it forces them into a different mindset, like needing radical adaptability, psychological strength, not just tactical stuff, being ready for the script to just get ripped up.
Which, speaking of scripts getting ripped up, our sources mentioned that crazy stuff just seems to happen in Lions tests. It's almost expected.
Oh, it's a recurring theme, absolutely.
So what kind of crazy stuff are we actually talking about here? Are there some classic examples that really illustrate this?
Well, yeah, if you look back, there are some legendary moments. You've got the infamous 1989 Battle of Ballymore.
Yeah.
Which Lions flanker Mike Teague apparently called the most violent game of rugby that has ever been played. Nick Farr-Jones was right in the thick of that one.
Intense.
Then jump forward to 2001, that series opener at the Gabba. The Lions apparently just, bullied the Wallabies early on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, former Wallaby Tutai Kifu talked about it, saying that they got punched in the face in that first test. He mentioned the physicality, that quickness, that ferociousness.
Wow. But the Wallabies came back in that series, didn't they?
They did. John Eales' side, a star-studded team, they regrouped and won it 2-1. Shows resilience.
And then there's 2013.
Oh, 2013, so dramatic. Kurtley Beale's slip when taking that potential match-winning penalty.
Yeah, I remember watching that. Agony.
Yeah, pure agony. And it contributed to them losing the series 2-1 again. So the pattern isn't just drama, it's high stakes, unpredictability. The teams that succeed seem to almost expect it, maybe even thrive on it.
That's a fascinating point. Not just reacting, but maybe embracing the chaos.
Well, very good.
So, okay, knowing all this history, this legacy of unpredictability and high stakes, how are the current Wallabies actually preparing? What are they doing to brace for this, unique challenge and a hostile atmosphere?
Right. This is where their prep gets really interesting, I think. Tate McDermott, the scrum half, he's acknowledged it's a huge occasion. He said, crazy stuff happens there all the time. He's expecting fans to be crawling and vocal, both sets. And the key is harnessing the excitement in the right way.
Managing the emotional side.
Exactly. And then you've got Locke Jeremy Williams talking about bracing for the hostility, the sheer volume. Especially crucial, he notes, for line-out calls where clear communication is just essential.
Makes sense. You can't afford mistakes there.
For sure. But here's the really novel part of their training.
They've been cranking up loudspeakers during practice sessions.
Seriously. What are they playing? Crowd noise?
Crowd noise, yes, but also, get this, a bit of everything. Loud screaming, a bit of AC/DC.
AC/DC. During line-out practice?
Apparently so. Williams called it a tool to try and distract the boys from the calls we want to make. It's deliberate disruption.
Huh.
That's pretty out there.
It is. And Williams also admitted, while there's respect before the game, emotions could definitely spill over given how physical and competitive it's going to be.
You'd expect that. But AC/DC, wow. What do you think of that as a prep method? Is that common or is this really different?
Well, teams definitely use crowd noise simulation. That's pretty standard these days.
Right.
But the specifics here, AC/DC, loud screaming, deliberately trying to distract players from their calls rather than just acclimatize them to noise. That feels quite unique.
Yeah, it's next-level psychological prep almost.
It speaks exactly to that resilience point we talked about. Not just coping with noise, but performing complex tasks despite active sensory interference, building that mental toughness.
Fascinating stuff. And for you listening, what do you make of it? Ever heard of using classic rock anthems to prep for a test match? Let us know.
Yeah, be interesting to hear views on that.
And hey, speaking of insights, don't forget, for more deep dives into rugby tactics, preparation, and everything else, subscribe to Rugby Obsession. We'll keep bringing you this kind of analysis.
Please do.
Now, just quickly, beyond the Lions prep, the sources did touch on a couple of other things affecting the Wallabies more broadly.
Yeah, context is important, like the mention of their potentially fragile depth at 10.
Right, with Noah Lolizio's injury, maybe bringing James O'Connor back into the frame.
Exactly. It just shows that even while focusing on this huge Lions series, they're also juggling those internal squad pressures and depth concerns. It's not happening in a vacuum.
A good reminder. There were also brief mentions of things like the World Rugby U20 Championship results and upcoming women's internationals, too, wasn't there?
Yeah, just quick hits. USA versus Fiji, the Black Ferns versus the Wallaroos. The rugby world keeps turning outside the Lions bubble.
For sure. So, lots to think about. What are your thoughts on the Wallabies' depth? Or indeed any part of this upcoming series? We'd love to hear from you.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's maybe try and wrap this up. To quickly summarize our deep dive today, we've looked at that intense history of Lions tours, the really unique ways the Wallabies are preparing to face the unknown.
Including the rock concert practice sessions.
Exactly. And just the sheer anticipation building for that 2025 series opener, even with those background squad challenges.
So here's maybe a final thought to leave you with. Given this rich history of crazy stuff and the Wallabies actively trying to simulate chaotic, hostile conditions, what genuinely surprising things, what tactical shifts or unexpected moments might we actually see unfold in 2025?
Good question.
What new chapter of drama is waiting to be written when all that preparation meets the reality of a Lions test?
Something to definitely ponder. We really encourage you to continue this deep dive with us. Subscribe to Rugby Obsession for all the latest insights, analysis, and fan chat.
Please do join the conversation.
And thank you for listening to this Rugby Obsession deep dive. We'll look forward to you listening to our next episode.